Well, new tonight, it is one of the most prestigious awards given by the Daughters of the American Revolution organization. Today, Gene Murphy was presented with a Medal of Honor award for his service. Murphy served in Vietnam and was shot during a mission. After returning home, Murphy joined the DAV in the 70s to support the needs of veterans from Vietnam, Korea, and World War II. And in 1987, he was responsible for helping bring forward the Handicapped Transportation Network to Sioux Falls.
They always look at the budget, and again, when we were in Vietnam, they never worried about any budget. I don't ever remember them telling me that, you know, Murph, you're going to have to pay extra money because you're using too many bullets. I guess I look at that, and I even think that the president and vice president, all the Congress people should be under the VA healthcare system.
By the way, Murphy is still active with the DAV today.